guys. Can you hear me? Okay, my bad. I had my mic turned down. My bad. How's everyone doing? All right, so we just have some I have some commissions to clear today. I think we're gonna do like maybe 4 or 5 of them here on stream. Um, so the first one we have is there's Cammy, and then we just have some other ones to do. So quite a few. Time that you're awake. This is my favorite time to stream. Like this is historically this has yielded the best like results. But this is my favorite time to stream. It's just like get as much, it's early enough so that there's not a lot of other people streaming, and it's late enough in the day so I was still able to get a bunch of stuff done before we started. So, this paper's a little thin. I'm actually gonna switch over to a Bristol board. Hold on. Watch your eyes. Anyway, because we won't be using Copics on these, we'll be using watercolor to make sure that I this first pass of like ink actually has to be a lot lighter. These no, these aren't Patreon sketches. No, these are uh these are commissions. The actual Patreon sketches already went out. Oh, hello TikTok chat. My bad. I didn't the um the TikTok chat does not show up in my Streamlabs. So my bad. Let's pull that over to the side so I can actually pay attention to you guys today. Make a coloring book. Okay. So the first pass when I'm doing watercolor, the first pass on the line art actually has to be pretty light, and then you put the watercolor in, and the watercolor will kind of, even though I'm using Copic multi-liners, which are won't get smeared by water, but it tends to get a little muddy. So we'll do a really light line art, and then we go with the watercolor, and then we'll go back over it with thicker multi-liners, and then probably the black brush pen. J-Man, what's going on? Would it be easier if I turn this? Oh, that's much easier on me. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Patreon is full. I don't like this light up here. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. Oh, this is much better. And then any little imperfections that we catch along the way, we'll clean up on the second pass of the line art. And by the way, I do appreciate all the patrons. Like mentioned, the ink sketch tier on the Patreon is full, so I appreciate everybody for that. Yeah, it's good to see everyone. Yeah, so the reason I limit the amount of the ink sketch spots on the Patreon is I want to use Patreon as a way to get some original ink work to people, but I don't want the Patreon to like consume my life. Um, there are some artists, and I mean they make more money than I do, so what do I know? But there's some artists where it's like all they do is just catch up on Patreon stuff, so it's like a full time job, which is that's pretty sweet. That's a sweet gig. But for me, I'm just like I don't need that to like take over my life. I have other things I need to, you know. And I think it makes it a little more I don't say special. I think it's cooler when it's a little bit more exclusive. Like if you've secured a spot from early on, because you guys have, you know, for those who have been here like the whole time, I think that's really cool. Plus, those fuckers are undervalued as shit. I think I've lately been able to find a really good balance between because you know like when I would do fan art, especially commissions, it would be like I'd always push it a little too realistic, and then it would fall into not like uncanny valley, but it would just be like it's like too realistic, right? Or too many realistic things, but like I still had some anime elements. You know what I mean? So I think lately in my sketches, my practices, I've found like a nice balance so that it like looks hard to describe it. Yeah, that's one thing I never want to do with my Patreon. Like if like however many years down the road, if like the Patreon ever blows up or like I get popular or whatever, I don't want to create like I don't want to mass produce stuff on the Patreon. I think the only thing I would consider mass producing would be if I ever made like tutorials or something for download. Happy Monday, everybody. For those of you who are clocking in soon or already clocked in, hope you all have a solid day. Go bring home a paycheck. Speaking of paycheck, my next convention is Anime Expo, 4th of July weekend in Los Angeles. The other shows that I had lined up for this month just didn't work out. So oh, you're talking about boxing. Yeah. Ever since the Saudis got involved. I've spent a lot of time kind of revisiting my old favorite books, art books. I'll have like a cycle where I'm just like, oh, I'll get super deep into like this book or that book, and then I'll just not touch another tutorial or instruction piece of instruction for like weeks. Mm. can't remember if there's a buckle on her harness, whatever that is. There is a buckle. Okay. See? No. I thought I saw all the new character designs. Oh, jeez. Just giving off a Doctor Doom. Hmm. Alright, you think of starting your own Patreon for sketches? You're a portrait artist, and maybe someone will be invested in original ink portraits. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Like, especially lately, it feels like a lot of people are really into originals, um, more so than prints. And again, somebody brought it up yesterday. That good point. A lot of AI stuff. You know, you can't fake something that's done with ink. I mean, you could, but you know what I mean. Like, um, and portraits are, I think, one of those things. Like, you know how people like a caricature artist will always be able to find work, or they can just sit down on a corner and get some kind of work. I think doing portraits is a safe bet, especially if it's something you're proficient at already. You don't have any followers yet? Yeah, I mean that's the hard thing about something like a Patreon, where it's like it's almost like a win more kind of thing. Does that make sense? Like in order for a Patreon to really do well, you have to have people who are already like invested in you as an artist. So it's like that's why I refer to it as win more, you know? Yeah, people love instructional material, so like tutorials. Um, Actually, I think that's like the king of all options, instructional material. Oh, that's why you have different tiers. So we're just getting the base line art down, then we'll hit it with the watercolor, and then go back over the line art with thicker multi-liners and probably the black brush pen. Yeah, trying like when you're just getting started, you're trying to figure out like the whole audience, like whoa, what is it that you do that will, attract clients or an audience. A little tricky. You're gonna find yourself wanting to try a lot of different things, and that's good. You should be trying different things. But if you're already proficient at doing the family portraits kind of thing, you just go in heavy on that. Hey, Chog, what's going on? Yeah, you can drop a link to your Instagram if you want. As long as it's an art focused Instagram. Mm, You could start a Patreon. Um, I think it. I mean, well, because a Patreon is like, you start that and then it could be a little bit more of a passive kind of thing, but primarily focus on getting like commissions or more client work. So then you could build like a big client base. Then you can just get work based on referrals. And maybe those referrals will lead people over to the Patreon. You consider live streaming your portrait work? we'll keep this in case I mess this up. We can do another. We can do another pass at it. As long as you have the under sketch, you can kind of get wild with your actual ink piece. So we're actually gonna do all the line work to these because when I do the coloring, I have to take the light board off the table. So we're gonna do all the line work first, and then we'll do all the line work first, and then we'll color everything at one time. Plus, when the brush is all like, the brush is already all wet, I don't want to. Yeah, that's that thing. Anything that you start is gonna have like no views though. You know, if you start a YouTube, you start a Patreon, you keep streaming on Twitch. That's the rough part. But the cool thing about streaming, and I always say, even though I don't always, I don't always practice this, doesn't make it less true. I like you're already doing the work, right? So like for you, you're already gonna be doing those portraits. Just turn the camera on. You don't even need to put a face cam. You don't even need to talk. And then you can take the footage from that stream and then turn that into content for other platforms. Very, very, very like hand in hand. Like it all works really well with each other. How long does a pencil sketch take? It really depends on how long it takes me to decide what I want to do. Because the so here, I'll give you an example. The first pencil sketch of this that I did looked a little bit more like this, scribble scribble, because I couldn't decide like the pose. So there's all kinds of erasing in on this. So like I think determining the pose is the part that takes the longest. Um 20 maybe 20 30 minutes to figure it out, and then to transfer from the original like junk sketch onto like the under sketch, that's really fast because you have it done already. um so I think everything for the whole process, from everything conception leading up to right here before we ink, let's just say an hour if you were to round up, unless you already know what like the pose that you want. Should be fast. You should be good. But man, trying to figure out the pose when you know, like when you're starting from scratch and you can't figure out the pose, that takes hella long. That's I think that's the hardest part. We don't need to turn this light off. We need to crank it down a little bit. Yeah, that's like the creative part. This whole thing right here, this is the this is like the this is like the office work right here. Transferring the inks over. You want to know over the past few weeks, the thing that has really, really, really helped um, me draw is I switched over to because I'm always standing when I do like digital art. This is my Cintiq over here, right? And every time I do digital art, I'm always standing because that thing is on like an arm. Um, I've always preferred standing, especially when I'm doing like big wall drawings. But for some reason, when we stream, the way my cameras were set up and everything, I had to use like a sitting desk, right? So this is the same desk that we've been using, but I just reorganized everything in a way where I could stand now. And boy, it's it's been awesome. Yeah, I've always preferred standing. Like even when I'm doing like logistic work, like office work, I still prefer standing. I don't know where my little half glove went because normally it'll look a lot cleaner if I could do the line art in like one stroke. But I my skin gets like stuck to the light table here, so wherever that glove went. I appreciate all the views, everybody. I wish I had something to plug for y'all, but I don't. So just I'd appreciate any follows you guys throw. That's it. And I hope everyone has a good Monday. Actually, for the middle of a Monday, there's a lot of people. And any of you at work? So my wife has been fascinated with this game. I'm sure you all have heard of it. I'm not really into games, so it's all new to me. It's called Grounded. Shit is so good. That's one of those things. Like it's why I don't. That's why I don't play certain games. Like I won't touch like Elden Ring. Like I won't. There are certain games I just won't touch because I know it. Like I'll if I get like 7 minutes into it, it'll ruin my whole life because I'll never stop playing. What's what's her belt section look like? I had a reference picture saved somewhere. Probably go. Oh, whoops. Did not mean to shake the screen. let's see if we lose any viewers doing a Ken. I guess I should. This is a Street Fighter 6 depressed Ken. With having Street Fighter 6 for a whole year now, gameplay it's not that good. A little boring. Just know 3 years from today, this game is going to look completely different and be worth. Oh, so have they been releasing new things for it? Is it is it one of those they should have waited to release it kind of things? What? For real? Yeah, I just saw Bison's new design like earlier in the stream. Someone someone directed me towards it. But really? No. Oh, that's probably why I got it as a commission. Well, then that makes sense then. Did they change their looks? Or is it just like they're just carrying over the classic look? Because the pro move would be to just keep their uh oh, it's a mix, okay. I was gonna say because the pro move would be to change nothing. Just bring them in. So right now we're just doing For anyone who's just joining, we have some commissions here that I need to catch up on. We're just doing the initial like line art right now, and once I finish all the line art to them, uh, oh, no bounce. What's the point then? What's the point? Just kidding. No. Yeah, so then after we do all the line art, we'll I got to move the light table off, and then we'll do the coloring. And then after the coloring, we'll go back over to say like clean up the line art. So there's a little bit of a process we have. It's definitely not as streamlined as like when I used to work with nothing but Copic markers. Like that process was so streamlined. It was on one page, pencil, like one draft of pencil, whatever. I'll accept it. Just take it for what it is. I don't give a shit. And then go over with like uh the multi-liner, hit it with Copics, and go over with a brush pen. That was my process to that. What I do now, I take a lot more like time, a lot more thought into my commissions. Um, it looks better though. Who knew that taking your time would yield better results? Yeah, them not putting in the bounce animation, I'm sure did not go unnoticed by people, right? Almost like how dare you? Unavailable. What's up? Oh, okay. Dece- oh god, that's so long. How's my morning going? It's going well. Had a good morning. Went out for a walk with the family. We've been very good about exercise and taking care of ourselves now. Um, as always, did a lot of my logistic work, all the boring shit, the emails and all that stuff. Um, yeah, just pretty productive day. We're gonna get the line art to all of these commissions done today, and then we'll see how far I can get with the watercolors before I have to stop because I do have like things I have to take care of today. But I mean, the things that I'm waiting for, I'm actually just kind of waiting for a text message. And if that text message just so happens to never come, then we're just gonna keep streaming. So, What about you? How's your morning going? Yo, what's going on? It's been forever. Welcome everybody. I want to say hi to the YouTube chat. I want to say hi to the Twitch chat and hi to the TikTok chat. If you're in the YouTube chat, my bad. I haven't had the multi-stream section open. I've only had the Twitch chat open. Hold on. My music finished. Let me put something else on for myself. So, how's the stream looking to you guys? Is everything going smooth so far? Is my audio cutting out? I did change a few settings. I've actually I've it's good. Okay, cool. 'Cause I've like jammed a crap ton of I'm like suffocating my graphics card right now with Oh yeah, a little low. Okay. Yeah, the gain on my volume or the gain on my mic is a little. Just crank it up a little bit right there. That's probably as high as I want to go because it looks like I'm in the yellow right now. So I dropped my I did a little messing around with my live stream settings. So now we're streaming at 720p instead of 1080, which is actually going to be a lot more stable. But in turn, I cranked up all the quality settings, and now like I have like a little baby graphics card. I don't have like a tank like most of you probably have. I have a little 1660, and I just like that's because the only time I ever have it turn on because I don't play any games. The only time it ever turns on, like seriously, is when I'm like exporting something in Premiere Pro. Um, but like when I when we've been streaming the past 2 days, this thing has just been like. And so in my head, I'm just like, I've had this rig and this graphics card for like 3 4 years now, and I've never really forced it to do anything. So I'm just like, look, we're gonna push it, and if it happens to die, I guess I'll just have to go buy another a better one. feel like I'm missing something on his forearms. Here. Penguin from the TikTok chat. How's it going? Let me see. I feel like I'm missing something on Ken's forearms. I am not. Okay. I mean, we're missing his beard stubble, but I mean, we'll get all that after we hit the watercolors. His hair should be a little longer. My computer. Oh, you're sounds like a PS4 starting a game. Like every game that I've ever played, because I have a like I built this computer that I stream with and do all my work on. I built it specifically for work, right? And it's like a little dinky graphics card. It has pretty good stats all around. But I could play like everything that I have played. I set it at 1080, and it runs completely fine. It makes me wonder what are people doing where they got to buy like $2,000, $3,000 graphics cards in regards to gaming. I know like you need that stuff if you're doing like math or something on your computer. You know what I mean? Like if if you're doing like Blender, if you're doing like Blender work. Like I understand the need for running, you know, like super high frame rate. If you're playing like if you're playing like competitive like a shooting game, right? But like if you're just playing like Minecraft or Stardew Valley, it's just a cool thing, right? Because if it's just something that's cool, I get behind that. I'm all about that. Yeah, I mean, I might just be old, but like I can't play games like I can maybe get by at 60 frames. Um, but then I get like nauseated above that because my wife has a good computer and she always maxes out her settings. I get like nauseated. That's like why I can't like when I watch movies and TV, I have to turn off like image smoothing. I remember the first time I experienced that. Um, my my grandma like this is like way back in the day. My grandma had just gotten a new TV and it had like the image smoothing on it, and it was seriously like I got a headache. It was just Doctor House and his team just walking down the hallway, and it, it had the image smoothing, so it like looked like 48 or possibly higher frames or whatever it is they broadcast that, or it would have been 60, right? Anyway, I remember I was just like, oh, this is giving me a headache. I've just never gotten over that. Question is, I was gonna say, do you watch The Hobbit in 48? But the answer to that is no one watches The Hobbit. Remember they filmed The Hobbit in 48 frames or some shit like that, and everyone hated it. Whoops. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm one of those people. The ones who can't stand it. And it's not because I'm like like a film snob or anything. It makes me nauseated. I mean, I am a film snob, but that's not why. Give me 1 second. I gotta text the wife about something. Picture these. I'm gonna pause the mic real quick. I gotta blow my nose. Once again, I want to thank everybody for. I have a lot of people here, well, across all the platforms that we're multi-streaming on. Hello YouTube, hello Twitch, hello TikTok. I think we're on Picarto. I can't remember if I turned that shit off, but it's Monday. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I wish I had something to plug for you guys, but I don't. Just if you feel like following, that'd be cool. But otherwise, I hope your Monday goes well. Can't even plug the Patreon to you guys because the shit's already tapped out. It's already full. First world problems. Mm, what does this section look like? Let's see. Just cloth. That one was real easy. All right, so we've been on for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna go take like a 5 minute restroom break and go check to make sure the wife's okay and all that good stuff. So we'll be right back. Been a pretty productive one so far. We'll just leave all of them out so that any people who just come into the stream will probably stick around. All right, be back in like 5, all right? All right. Whoops. Okay. Back. All good? All right. So it looks like I have about a 2 hour time limit left today. I have completely reworked my stream setup here because yeah, before it was so wobbly and it was really annoying. You guys remember how much I used to complain about it? Well, I borderline got everything like perfect, like exactly how I want it. There's one thing I don't like, and it's this. I have a mount for this mic coming in. It's like it's like a cheap little. I'll take a picture when it's all done and show you guys in the Discord. Um, yeah, I hate this thing right here. Talk about first world problems. It's Street Fighter 6 Chun Li, by the way. I can stop. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more drawings to do the line work for, and I have 2 hours left. Here, we'll all right, we'll do the line work to this, and then one more, and then we'll hit the watercolors. That's how we'll spend the last 2 hours that we have. Okay. Because I would hate to have the entire stream and then not do any colors. If anyone is just tuning in, I want to say hello. Thank you for hanging out. I'm catching up on some commission work. I did a set of anime and comic book conventions over the past 2 months and picked up quite a few ink commissions. And then I have Anime Expo, a really big anime convention coming up at the beginning of next month. And as soon as I catch up with these, I'm actually going to open up slots for pre-show commissions for Anime Expo. So if anyone is going to be going to that show in Los Angeles, 4th of July weekend, if you're looking to get a discounted commission when I open pre-show comms, you just let me know. Because now that I have no conventions in June. Like originally, I was supposed to be at fucking TwitchCon, um, over in the Netherlands. I was supposed to be at TwitchCon. Is that this? No, no, that's in like 2 weeks or something. I was supposed to go to that, and I was supposed to be at like a night market event this past weekend. So my June was supposed to be actually pretty busy. None of that went through. So now I'm just like, look, anyone want any? You know what? If any of you just want to commission me for one of these kinds of drawings, I'll give you like a fat discount because I just need to stay busy this month until 2 shows down, and one of them was out of country. I had like 15 days out of this month, like scheduled out for like something else, and now those days are empty. I need something to fill in those days. Commission me, keep me busy. Malcolm, I don't know if you're still here. How's everything with the diet been? So now that so now that my wife is feeling a lot better from her treatments, and we have her doing physical therapy, and she's doing a lot better, it has freed me up to draw a lot more, and now she's taking over a lot of the like the housework. I after all that, I made sure that I'm like, hey, look, I don't want you to go to work anymore. Just take care of the house. And the reason I'm bringing that up is we are like in that process of being super self sufficient. All we need is like more space. She's like making our own bread. She's like we're like growing all our own food, and we've you can't take all processed foods out of your diet. You just can't. But we've taken as much as possible out. As I sit here and drink my diet soda. No, but we've taken like so much different processed foods out of our diet, and I have just my skin has cleared up, my sleep apnea has gotten better, and I've like dropped weight just by getting rid of the bad stuff. It's crazy, and I know not everyone's gonna have the time to like fucking grow their own like make their own bread and all that shit. I get it. I'm just saying like it's been amazing how much of a difference it's made in my just like my day-to-day health. And it's helped me like kick my cravings for other things too. So if any of you thought you were going to get rid of me, if any of you were just kind of waiting for me to OD or something, like like old school Chris, you're gonna have to wait a minute to get rid of me now that I'm getting all healthy. If anyone's wondering what I'm doing when I like go like this, is I'm pressing. You may not be able to see it for yourself because you have a good angle, but for me, when I do that. I press the paper down against the draft that's underneath it, and that lets me see the draft lines a lot clearer. So if you see me pressing down, that's what I'm doing. Always a struggle. Genetics want me to be fat. I understand. You cleared out 10 days as of yesterday on the fast. Oh, nice. I'm going to restart today. I actually started going to the gym now to be on hikes. Yeah, again, like you can't get away from all of it, but when you're actively trying to avoid as much as you can, you know, as a fat boy, I have gone on so many uh, crash short-term diets. You know, I like to practice intermittent fasting. That's more of just like like a food control thing than it is to manage my weight. That's more of like a mental thing. Um, I'm gonna tell you, despite like all the like the crash diets that I would do to like make weight, you know, or meet a certain deadline for stuff, none of it was ever really like healthy. It was just like, look, I just got. It was basically to get unfat. Like that's why I like. I need to pull up a reference picture. I'm super unfamiliar with this character. Um, yeah, that's one of the reasons I just like when my wife wanted to start making everything from scratch. And I was just like, you know what? I've gotten really fat, but I need to lose weight. But I'm not gonna. I can't. As I get older, I can't go up and down in weight anymore. I can't do that crash because it's really bad for you to go up and down like that all the time. So I think I found something very sustainable. All it requires is keeping my wife in the kitchen. But you know that's not very difficult. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, Habe, what's going on? Yeah, basically, well, one of the things that's really helped, that has to be helping the most, is um when she'll get a recipe for something and then just she'll just swap out everything for an alternative. Anything that calls for sugar, she'll either just use a little bit of plant-based sweetener, Swerve, that's the stuff that diabetics use. She'll like, if it requires, like, for example, a cup, she'll like take half of that, of the cup. She'll like cut it and then replace it with a different sweetener, or not put any at all. And just cutting out the sugar like that has just been crazy. And I know that's good because like I used to do crash keto bullshit. Not bullshit. It worked. It was just like not sustainable. Yeah. I think I'm just at a point now where I'm just done like lying to myself. I'm just like I can like drop 40 pounds on keto, but I ain't gonna stay on it. I ain't gonna keep it off. So I'm gonna find out to do something else. It's funny you bring that up. My hair has been growing hella fast, which sucks now because I'm trying to stay blonde, and now like I got like my roots grow out hella fast. Well, Malcolm, you've been feeling good though, right? I mean, it's always going to be a struggle for us fat guys, and by fat I mean in here, fat in here. 40, that's nothing to you, dude. 40 to you, 40 pounds is nothing. Seeing what you can do. You got it. You just kind of have to like choose to do it. You know what I mean? Hey, do you remember yesterday I was talking about the reason I lagged on these commissions, or like with any of my art commissions, is because a lot of the times, like, this to me is really easy. Like I don't find doing fan art very challenging, so I'll tend to just kind of like put it off. My example was like if the wife asks you to go like move the broom from here to there, you're like, ah, that's real easy, I'll do it. And then like 2 weeks later, you're like, "Oh, I guess I'll go move the broom," because it's so easy. So you put it off. You know, that's how I am about a lot of my art, my commissions sometimes, which is really bad. Don't do that, Malcolm. The question is, do you ever find yourself being like, man, I already know that if I need to make weight, I could drop it hella fast, so I'll just do it later. Hobbit, you've been doing well. Good. How am I doing? I'm doing really well. Keeping busy, doing really well. All right, good. So you have some control over it. Yeah, I'll procrastinate like a motherfucker. Cause like I did these pencils like late last night. The pencil lines for these commissions, I did them like late last night, and then we've been streaming for 2 hours. This is like the fifth of the line art. I've gotten fifth of them that I'm gonna get done in like 2 hours, and I've been like talking and streaming during this. Like if I wasn't streaming, I probably would be moving faster. But my point is, if I wanted to, I could just get all of these done by the end of the day, and that makes me lazy, which is something I used to not have to like deal with. I find that my procrastination these days, like the fighting procrastination these days, has gotten like really. This is like the worst I've ever been. I don't know. I don't know why. Actually, I could think of a few reasons because it's just like it's that whole thing where it's just like it's too easy now, and I'm not trying to sound like a douche, right? In regards to my art, but I'm talking about specifically these these kinds of commissions, these kinds of tasks for me are just so easy because I've done them for so long now. I was just like, all right, when's it due? Well, if it's due tomorrow, I rated. What's going on? Are you still near that? Are you still near that cookie place? Was that near where you lived or where you worked? I can't go out and eat anymore. Like I just can't. Because when I see that bill, I'm just like first off, anything I make would be better than this. And second, look at this bill. Shit, I messed up. I mean, don't worry about it. They won't know. So there's no escaping it. 600 per? God damn. How much is one of those cookies? That will determine whether or not I could resist. I messed this one up. So I will come back to this one and see if I could fix. It's the outfit. I messed up the like the layering of the clothes. So I'll come back to this one later. All right, so we can do the line work to one more, and then we'll do the line work to one more, and then we'll watercolor one. Gotta be this one, right? Mew, what's going on? Oops. So you have to wait around campus until for 2 hours. Sounds like college. You're called to go to campus early to accommodations. How's everything been? All right. All right. So I am starting to run out of time. I will do the line work to this probably next stream or just tonight to get it over with. But we will do some coloring right now. We'll hop into that right now. Oh, this will be faster because I believe this will be all warm colors. I don't have to deal with mixing some greens. Oh, what? I ripped the container to this. That sucks. Come on. Mm, I do appreciate. That a brush? Hey, what's going on? I didn't even notice you were here. Yeah, these are those aquash brushes. With it, they're just brush pens, except you fill them with water in the back. I just use them as my I I just use them as my watercolor brushes because it feels exactly the same. I bought a pack of watercolor brushes on Amazon. They're just cheap little whatever, nothing fancy, and they behave exactly like these, except I've been working with brush pens for years, so this feels more natural to me. The where the fuck did I put them? The ones that I bought on Amazon, the cheap pack, is like the weight distribution on it's weird because they're really long. And I was like, these suck. So I don't know if it's because I bought a cheap set or if I'm just used to the weight and shape of a like these kinds of pens. So yeah. How have you been? What's going on with you? Because you know how I've how I used to work. What do you remember my dual wielding videos that I would do with just the black and gray brush pens? That was just watercoloring. It's the same like concept. It's the same idea. Yeah. So for those who don't know, for years we've done this thing where with the black like Pentel brush pens, I would use an aquash brush pen, usually something that's a little finer. Um, Usually the one that you use in the dominant hand will be finer than the other one. Anyway, so you'll use your non-dominant to like apply the ink or the paint, whatever, and then use the aquash in your dominant to yeah to control it. Um, and that speeds up the process a lot. I just find like it's easier and it's just faster and it looks cool when you do it. So when you stream it or you make a video of it, people are like, "Whoa!" It's nothing. It's nothing. I was supposed to go to two conventions in June, but those didn't work out. So now I am open for the month. So I just picked up a bunch of commissions. Well, these are commissions I picked up like at the cons. Um, that I just went to Fanime and then a one in Lodi, California, so smaller shows. Um, but I gave them a pretty long turnaround time because I was just like, yo, I'm gonna be busy all of June. Yo, I ain't gonna get your commissions done for a hot minute. Now look, which is gonna be nice because they'll be very happy that they're done earlier than estimated. What about you? How's everything? My next convention is Anime Expo, so I'm out until July. Yeah, and the reason this method, especially when it comes to watercoloring, the reason I like this method is because you could load the back of the brush with water. You don't have to keep dipping into your dirty stash of water. You can just get fresh water straight into the pen to like manipulate and move the paint around or to blend it, and then you just press again, and it'll the fresh water will come out, and you could wash essentially wash the brush without having to. I don't even You don't even need a bowl of like water, honestly. Now, if you're doing something bigger, like you see, I'm doing a lot of little stuff right here, right? If you're doing something bigger, where there's like a background and you need to like rinse the shit out of a big brush, then yeah, this isn't gonna work. But for like these little character drawings, this works. I think this is the superior method when it comes to smaller paintings. Doing some fan art. See, so like there's clean water loaded to the back of that. Just squeeze it, and then you could take out all the pretty much push because you're not swirling it in to the dirty water. You're pushing the fresh water straight down, and all the paint will come to the front here. You get like two swipes and look spotless already. Yeah. Again, this won't work if you're doing like landscapes and shit. Those are way too big. This is just for like little dinky things, little dinky drawings. Are you all so you're all caught up on your commission work? A little bit more purple in there. Too much. That is an aggressive color. Tone it back a little bit. Mm, That'll do. Mhm. Yeah, the brush pen. There's something about the bristle on the brush pen, and again, I'm not too experienced in regards to like the different kinds of brushes available for watercolor. All I know is that the brush pens that like Aquash brushes and like Pentel brushes are like there's something about the way they like fold, not fold. There's something about their soft. The brush is fucking good. It's really good for control. That's all I gotta say. Versus when I use a like a brush that is advertised as like specifically a watercolor brush, it doesn't have the kind of control that these do. Or I just have so much experience with this type of pen that to me it feels better. It could just be that. It could be that. Oh, See, isn't this more fun than you working with Copics all the fucking time? Until Copic wants to send me more pens. Whenever Copic's ready to send me more stuff, I could change my tune really quick. The last time Copic sent me an email, they're like, "Hey, what pens do you need?" I was like looking at my collection. I'm like, I don't need like anything. You want to send me a bunch of refills? And they're like, "Nah, we're just gonna send you some other shit." And I was like, "Oh god." Why were you gonna show me if you were never gonna give it to me? Boo. Move the rifle around your head, not your head around the rifle. All right, everyone. Well, fortunately, my time for today is up. I appreciate everyone for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Um, so we got a lot of the line work done for these commissions. If I find I have free time later tonight, after I finish doing all the things I need to do, um, I can come back and finish painting the rest of these. These are commissions, so honestly, I do want to just kind of get them done and over with and out of my life. So, thank you all for hanging out. TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. I don't really have anything to plug other than if you guys are interested in commission, you can just hit me up. Or otherwise, a follow would be nice. But other than that, I hope everyone has a good Monday. Thank you all for hanging out. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I actually have more to do than that. Those are just the ones that I have the line work, or that I have the sketches done for. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it.